pretty new to working at the press brake area. I've not really got much of a set standard for the morning and the evening. I keep forgetting to turn this off, so I made a little basic chart, and thanks to Jake for making it look a lot nicer. I'm gonna add more to this as it's needed, but for now I know what order to do things in the morning and to remember to turn off what specific things I need to do. Thank you.
So I've taken everything off the desk apart from things that are plugged in, and as you can see it is absolutely grim. A lot of dust build up, so I'm going to give this all a good clean, give it a good wipe and get everything back in a nice form. So I've given it a very good clean. There's a lot of dust. I've had to throw that rag out now because it was completely caked in dust and grime. Done a quick freeze as well, so the fan can go away for now. I've put the fan over there on the tool wall, just sitting on there right now. And I've also moved the Alexa over here, so sometimes we get loud songs or particularly sweary songs. I need to turn it down a bit quicker than asking her to do it, so I've moved that there. And also the headphones, I haven't used them in about 5 or 6 weeks, so I've moved them from there. They've come back over here onto the content desk. I'm sure we'll find somewhere else to put them eventually, but for now, they're better off not being on my desk. Just looking a lot cleaner, really. So I've taken everything off the desk apart from things that are plugged in, and as you can see it is absolutely grim. A lot of dust build up, so I'm going to give this all a good clean, give it a good wipe and get everything back in a nice form.
At the moment when I have to film for WorldBot stuff, I've got to put all these different files to get a few different clips that are related to it, which means it's a bit of a long process and makes the file a lot larger because of all these unused clips in there. So what I've done is I've made a rush with all the WorldBot clips I normally use, all in one file. So when I'm importing footage for videos, I just have to import this one file, which will be saved to my desktop to be able to do it.
So once a month I'll go through the APC invoice and I'll have a look through any price discrepancies. So one of the main ones we come up with is £1.80 or £1.38. These are normally London surcharges, so we get an extra charge on top if it goes to a London postcode. So rather than having to manually look through them all now, what I've done is I've had a little Stream Deck icon there for London postcode, if it doesn't focus. And what I do when I press that is it types in a formula, and it'll tell me if it's an unknown thing, so that probably is a postcode but it's nothing to do with London. And then I can just drag that down quickly and then it'll work out London surcharges for me. It's a lot quicker. I used to do it manually, just looking at the postcodes and remembering which ones were London. Now it's a lot easier. An in progress improvement here. So Mark brought me this earlier because he needed more of these printing. But as we now got the branding sorted, I've done a new leaflet for them. So it's got a bit more detail in, some new photos, and to go along with it, I'm getting a new Kanban made that reflects that exactly. And also, I realised that the location was wrong on the original one, so I've updated that as well.
Okay, so there's a small improvement today. So I noticed that the drills in the office had actually labels on for the Ringola, because they used to be old Ringola drills, but now they're actually in the office for studio equipment. So I just labelled them, so if they do get used outside of this area, people know where they need to come back to. Thank you very much.
Since putting the other tool up on the back wall, this isn't used anymore in Industrial Tech Sort, so I'm going to reuse it somewhere else. Cool, so what I've done is I've added it in behind the computers. So I've got a holder for each of the phones, one for the customer calls on, one we use for media, a display for customer information, and one for quotes that we have ongoing, so I can manage and track what we have and what we're waiting to get answers from.
I had this Kanban holder put here last week. It's helpful, but that gets caught in the way and it can crumple up. I'm going to see what I can do to improve that. Here's the after. I've swapped out the big magnet at the back for 5 of these. That way it can still stick nicely and there won't be anything obstructing the Kanbans.
To reduce wasted motion, when I sweep over here, I usually go to the bin or the baler or a bin just over there to empty my dustpan. So as my cleaning station toolbar is over here, I will place a bin right next to the dustpan where I need to return with my dustpan. So I empty over here and then I can hang it back onto the tool wall straight away. On my tool wall, when I've got my Kanbans in a Kanban holders, I print labels over here right next to the Kanbans, and sometimes the roll is quite thick depending on how many products we have, and I do struggle to fit them into the holder, and they quite often fall out fall in a bin or on the floor. And now my improvement is having little storage boxes underneath the holders, so I can put my labels in here, Kanban on the top, and it's all nice, neat and tidy. Nothing's gonna fall off and get lost. It's a lot easier just stopping the struggle. I have got Bellamy spanners, which we include in some of our Bellamy products. So I will ask Marius to kindly powder coat it for us, and now we'll be keeping them in stock on the pre-packing shelf, so we make sure we always have them when they need it. So now I've got a stack of Bellamy spanners at my bench, and a home for it on my toolbox.